Today we're going to be reading The Cool Bean. The author is Jory John and Pete Oswald. Watch out! Here come the cool beans. The cool beans. Yeah, check out the way they move. Look at the way they swagger. Notice their sunglasses? Yow! The cool beans are known all over school, from house to house, across town, behind county lines. In the olden days, last year, we were all one big pot of beans. We were a mixed bag, but somehow it worked. Yep, those were the good old days. And then we stopped seeing each other as much. That's how it is sometimes. You spend less time together, and even though you're not totally sure why. I watched as the beans I knew so well, the beans from my own pod, became the cool beans. They were so cool. One of them could play guitar, cool. One of them drew the best superheroes, cool. One of them could jump higher than any bean I'd ever known, cool. Me? Well, I mostly stayed the same. Sure, I made some small changes. I wore sunglasses. Too big. I slicked my hair back. Too slick. I strutted around. Ugh. I swaggered. Oof. I was still picked last for everything. My clothes never seemed to fit. I snorted when I laughed. I walked into stuff. I was an uncool bean for sure. I started thinking of myself as just a common bean with no special skills. I couldn't compete. So I didn't even try. I'd never be a cool bean. It seemed like there were two types of beans in the world. There were the cool beans and beans like me. The days all blended together. I lived my life and things were just okay. I took tests and ate lunches and mostly kept to myself. The cool beans continued to being cool. I missed them a bit. But it's not like I was going to say anything. I felt like all that coolness had gotten in the way of our friendship. And that's how it went until one day. I was in the cafeteria. I dropped my lunch on my loafers. Oh, not again. But then something sort of miraculous happened. Out of nowhere, one of the cool beans helped me clean it up. I didn't even say anything. He just gave me a nod, and that was it. Later, I was out on the playground and I tripped and scraped my knees and maybe cried a little bit, and everybody saw it. One of the cool beans came to my side, and without a word, he dusted me off. That afternoon, I was sitting in class. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't notice, but our teacher had called on me. Everybody stared. I sat in silence. Nobody said anything. And then everybody's just laughed at me. That was it. After today, I was officially a has-been. But then one of the cool beans stood up and came over to me, and everybody watched. She leaned in close and whispered, "Hey, the teacher asked you to read from page 32. Then she gave me a quick wink and went back to her seat. It was a small gesture, sure, but it was also everything. I walked home with a goofy smile on my face. I smiled all the way through dinner. The day made all the difference. It was the day that could have been really bad if not for the kindness of a few cool beans. It gave me a shred of confidence. The shred of confidence has continued to grow. Somebody has my back. Or a few somebodies. After that, I began hanging out with the cool beans again. How you been? Get it? How you been? Not all the time, but sometimes. At lunch, after school, even on weekends. Throughout all of this, I realized that it's not about how you look or any of that other silly stuff. It's about a wink or a nod or just a smile at the right moment. It's about dusting somebody off, helping them up, and pointing them in the right direction. Now that's cool. I love this story and how a bean who was really not confident was helped out by other beans. So think about it right now. Are you going to be a cool bean today or an uncool bean?